Good evening, everybody. Good evening, everybody, and where you're watching from. My name is Michael. I welcome you again to another episode of Overflow Mindshift Session with Benedict Obiajulu. It's amazing to be here. I've missed you guys, and Tuesdays is usually my favorite days because it's the day I get to shift my mind from a particular method of thinking to another method of thinking. And of course, our boss is here already. And our boss, Benedict Obiajulu, is going to help us shift our mind so that we can move to the level of abundance. I'm so excited. My pen is already ready. This is my pen. And my book is also here. And I'm ready to start writing. I hope you are also. And let's not waste much of our time because our boss is already waiting. So let's make welcome Mr. Benedict Obiajulu. Good evening, sir. It's good to have you here this evening.
Good evening, Mike. Your energy is loud and clear today. How are you doing?
Okay, good evening. Very well, sir. Welcome, sir.
Thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. It's beautiful to be here. I would like to get our interaction so that I'm sure that we're following. Welcome, everyone. It's going to be I want it to be as interactive as possible. It's been 3 weeks gone that I've been here, but I've been following all the sections and we've been growing. And just like Mike said, we're going to be learning how do we have an abundant mind. Okay, so if you're here, I would like to have your comment in the comment section. So I am sure that I'm having people behind that are hearing me, and I'm sure that we are following. And you could ask your questions even while the section is going on. I'm not seeing any comment. Those comments are important, so you could just tell us your name, and you could tell us where you're watching from, right? And you could remember to share the link, just like we've always know. You cannot create abundance. You can only create wealth in a community, right? You can only create wealth in a community. So Onyebuchi, Mr. Onyebuchi, it's nice to have you. We spoke this evening. Hope you could. Thank you. Joe is joining from Asaba. Mr. Onyebuchi on the chat. Remember to share the link. Share it to your friends. Share it the people that you want to better their life, because if we know more, we'll be able to do better, right? Christian is here. Welcome. And so have your pen, have your papers, because today we're going to be treating how cultivating an abundant mindset. What is the difference between someone that has an abundant mindset and someone that doesn't? And over there, we're going to look at how do you really have an abundant mindset? So we're going to have 2 core objectives for this training. Okay, Lillian, welcome. Remember, we say that wealth can only be created in community. So remember to share the link with your friends. Remember to bring them on board. That is the first stage of being able to build a community that you can create wealth with. You must be able to be with people that have some level of knowledge. Excuse me. So one of our objectives today is, at the end of today, we want to see how can everybody that has been able to pay attention can be able to change from transactional, if the person has having transactional survival thinking, and then your thinking can go more into strategic wealth creation, right? So from people that have survival transactional thinking, then they can now go into strategic wealth creation thinking. That's one of our objectives. The second objective is we want to be able to demystify how easily it is for people to have calm authority during closing, calm authority during selling, calm authority, um, and then have controlled follow-up. Follow up with me, then you have control. You are in charge of the follow-up. You are not pestering, you are not forgetful, you are in charge of the follow-up, right? Then you have stronger negotiation posture. There is a posture for negotiation. There is a posture when you understand that, oh, this client is buying some plots in Vienna, right? But as this client is buying these plots in Vienna, I am also sure that, oh, despite he's going to buy XYZ amount and you're going to earn XYZ amount, you also have this understanding that the bigger winner in that transaction is the buyer, because the job of a salesman is to help. The job of a salesman is to serve. Business is about serving, it's about helping. And because when that property he bought for, let's say, 36 million, right? For the 600 square meter as of today. And you say he's selling that land, or maybe in 5 years, his house is there and he's renting the place for service apartment. And maybe in 1 year, he's making 36 million. Maybe in 1 year, he's getting 70 million when you remove his operational cost. So he's already running at a margin of 50 million per year or thereabout. Now, who is now the bigger winner? So you have to get to understand. So you have to be able to, when you know that your posture in the negotiation, it's better. So those are the things we want to clear up. So please, let's remember to share the link, share it, because we can only grow in a higher dimension. Okay. Now, I will start by saying that scarcity is external, while abundance is internal. I repeat, scarcity is external. Scarcity is external. Abundance is internal. I normally look at the rushes. So anytime I travel to cities that there are oceans, or places that there is an ocean around the area, I normally love to go to watch the water. Why is because I believe that the sound of water is the sound of abundance, right? And and one of those days I was just watching the water and I'm like, if somebody comes here and he goes and jump inside the water, he becomes wet, right? He has taken some particles of the water with him on his body. Then another person comes, maybe it's a child, and he scoops with a cup. He goes home with something, right? And then the third person comes with a bucket. They go home with something. Then someone can come and he puts a pipe. And it could be a small pipe, like the size of my hand, and he could connect it to where he's doing a construction work. The funny thing about that, about all this analogy, is that within the four of them, the ocean is still not depleted. The water is not yet depleted. If you come the next day, you will not know that such activity is happening there. And then he comes the guy that got a contract from the government and he puts a big pipe, right? Just maybe a normal big pipe or what, like the one we're using for underground drainage in Vienna. Those big pipes, right? That will bury under the ground. And he brings something like that and channels it there and uses a bigger machine and is pumping the water out to his construction sites and to other places. You know what happens to you at the other side? You also don't come the next day, you don't know that such activity happened. everybody tried to take, but it reminds us of what we say, that out of abundance, abundance is taken, yet abundance remains. So, and remember what we said is our objective. And I was doing this introduction for now so that, like I said, I want, if you're just joining us, kindly introduce yourself in the comment section, and kindly grab your pen and paper while we take this roller coaster to be able to learn and to grow an abundant mind. Okay, so the rushes of the ocean reminds me about this abundance that is on the edge, and this analogy tells us how each of us reacts to what? To abundance, reacts to the opportunities that are available. Some can just go and it will up there. Some will go and scoop with spoon, some will go with cup. But at the end, we want you to be the man that understands that you can construct a pipe. All right, that you can construct the pipe, and that from there you have a system. From there, the water is getting in, is and you are not depleting it. Okay, so opportunities are so abundance mindset is the belief that opportunities are everywhere. Abundance mindset is the belief that opportunities are everywhere. Clients are not limited. There's another deal that is always coming. Yes, you had me right. There's another deal that is always coming. And funny, wealth is expandable. Wealth is expandable. Wealth is expandable. Okay, welcome, Chukwuelu Zezigwe. Welcome, Confidence Abali. Welcome, Chinaza Priscilla. And welcome, Chinemere Lillian. Welcome, everyone, right? So, what we're saying is this, that wealth is expandable. It is expandable. You could have this and you could turn it, could get bigger. It could get bigger. So let me explain what we mean by wealth is expandable. When we say wealth is expandable, we mean that you could, as simple as you could, okay, let me use in form of sales. That one client could lead, can open doors of 10 clients. Do you see it? Right? That one business can open doors to 10 businesses. So that is it. So clients are not limited. Another deal is always coming where it is expandable. So you don't need to destroy someone else to win. You don't need to go and fish in another person's ocean to win. No. Always know that. Okay? So now there is a difference between someone with a scarcity mindset or a salesman that has a scarcity mindset, and then there are core differences with someone that has an abundant mindset. And our goal is to check. So as we're looking at the checklist, you are checking with yourself and you're noting it down. Okay, where am I to work on so I can grow my base? So focus on the one you want to grow. Now, the scarcity businessman, the salesman that has that has a scarcity mindset, that believes that wealth is limited, wealth is not expandable. This one he has is what he has. It cannot grow, so he doesn't hold it. He doesn't give it life. He closes it and he kills it. Right. So he believes the market is dry. He believes people are not buying. You hear things like people don't buy land every day. You hear things like the economy is bad from him. Then he hide leads and he hide updates. You notice, oh, anytime I go to this market, I get 3 or 4 clients. So you know what he will say? So when everybody goes for marketing, he will go to that market alone. You say, no, I will not carry these people here, because he believes that this is my, he's hiding update. Oh, he noticed anytime I do a post at night, I get clients. Oh, if I target people in the US, when I run my Facebook ad, I tend to generate 200, 100 million in sales. He doesn't he hides the updates. But he forgets that it's not only US that Nigerians are in diaspora, right? Now, if someone he hides updates, he hides lists. then he's afraid to share. He's afraid, oh, this is what he knows that is working. He doesn't come to teach you. If you ask him, how are you doing it? He will tell you, it is God. It is God. You ask him, how do you talk to follow up a client? He tell you, God will help you. God will see you through. Hmm? You get it? He panics when deals fails. And then when he has a deal, because he's holding on to it. And when the deal fails, you know what happened? He panics. So remember, the scarcity businessman, the scarcity salesman, the scarcity realtor believes the market is dry, hides leads and updates. He's constantly afraid to share and then panics when deals fail. But on the other side, the abundance salesman, the abundance guy, the abundance businessman, what does he do? He says he believes he has not tapped enough. He first came to the water, collected with spoon. No, he went and collected with cup and then get pipe, right? He's always tapping. He gets a small pipe. He's looking for, how can I get a bigger pipe? How can I? He was using a pipe like this. He's getting a bigger pipe. So, so he believes I haven't tapped enough. So he's looking for creative ways to tap more. He builds network. He goes for associations. He goes for meetings. He's not at home waiting for people to just buy from him. No, people buy from people they know, they like, and they trust. And people will not know you if you don't show up. You cannot become the show if you are not showing up. It doesn't work, right? So he builds network. Why others are going to work? When that, oh, he's even in keke. Oh, how are you? And he sees a fine shoe that a girl is wearing. He doesn't have intention of talking to the girl to make her his fourth or fifth girlfriend. He says, "Oh, fine lady, how are you? I like this your shoe. It is nice." He shares compliment, because through compliment you get the other person's attention and you could build a network. When he's working at his duty post, wherever his permanent place of deployment is, he treats people nice and people make him a point of call because he's building network. Why the other poor guy is going to work? He comes at his duty place of primary assignment. He just keeps his face straight. He doesn't assist you. He doesn't talk to people. He doesn't make friends. He's not building network. So that is that man. Then the abundance salesman. You know what other thing he does? He shares and he grows. Because the beauty of sharing is that in the course of sharing, you'll be able to know more. You that is sharing, you'll be able to have a more understanding of that particular concept that you are dissecting. And in that means people can also share with you. Okay, so it is critical. So, and he knows that pipeline can get bigger. Remember, we talked about the pipe, right? It's not about the person that will go and just rub the water on his body and go, no. After rubbing the water, let it be coming to your place so that if you want to swim, you should pump into your pool. You should pump into any other places. You should have it as a constant flow. He knows that the pipeline can be bigger. So he knows that I can keep increasing my contact base. I can keep increasing the people I can sell to. I can keep showing up in events. I can keep showing up in shows. I can keep building network. I can keep attending events, learning and working. So these are important. These are important. Okay, welcome, Dr. Kelvin from Asaba. Now, these are very, very important. Because funny, in sales, the person that sees clients as limited always panics. He always panics. Hmm? So when you tell, oh, my client has bought, he believes, oh, if this person's clients bought 50 plots, that means you get it. Why the other one has a vision? And so he knows that things get bigger. He knows that if someone can commit 1 billion on on acquisition today, this person is going to grow bigger and he will be able to commit times 5 of that in a year or even in 6 months. So the market is getting bigger. That is why GDPs of countries always, after every, we know it goes like this generally in life, but we also know that anytime it takes a little nosedive, it goes higher than the previous high. Because economies must keep expanding. Economies must keep expanding. So your personal economy, you must have that innate understanding that it must keep expanding. Okay, so remember, for you to become fueled with the abundant mindset, one, you haven't tapped enough. You need to keep building better network, solid network, not just build network. You have to share and you have to grow. The ones you are not doing well, you go back on them. The ones you can do, the one you know about, you teach others. And in teaching them, you master those fundamentals. Then you also know that your pipelines can get bigger. And since you know that your contacts can get bigger, you do what? You increase the contacts. Because what we say is that contacts will lead to contracts if there are servicing in between. And servicing is serving or is helping, right? Now, I want to look at why is abundance mindset critical for winning in life, in business, and in sales. Why is it critical? It removes desperation. There's a quote I saw. It says that some men will prefer to die than to suffer for long. And I've been thinking about it since morning. Right? That some men will prefer to die than to suffer for a long while. That is to go through pain with patience, to have long suffering. If you know that everything good will come, if you have it at the back of your mind, it will remove desperation. If you know you have honed this skill, that if I talk to 5 persons, 1 will buy. I have honed my skill that now if I talk to 3 persons, 1 will buy. 3 persons often to qualified in that qualified bracket with a well orchestrated avatar of the product in question. You will get it, right? So it removes desperation because clients can smell fear, just like dogs, right? Dogs can smell fear. And they can also, clients can smell desperation. They can smell fear. They can smell your need. All you need is, you're not even wanting to know how profitable is what you're offering to. So it's not about selling ice cubes to Eskimos. It's about finding how the ice cubes will be beneficial to the Eskimos. So it's about finding how that land, how that house, how that product, how that energy is going to be beneficial to the end user. If it's not beneficial to them, you have no business selling it to them. Because your job is to serve and is to help. So abundance mindset says, so when someone is desperate, he overtalks, he oversells, right? And then he starts making platters. And just like the Bible says, in the abundance of what there is what? There will be fallacies, man. There will be fallacies. So, but when the abundant mindset is there, what happens? This calm confidence. And the same way you can smell desperation, Even you can smell desperation when someone is selling you. So don't also show that desperation. People can also sense, I myself, you yourself, can also sense confidence. Because selling to me is a transfer of confidence. The confidence that you have that this thing will be useful to the other guy. That is selling. So one of the things that will not be in your favor is if you are desperate. You can't be desperate for the sale. Because you cannot be desperate to help somebody. Do you understand it? So number 2, it expands opportunity recognition. Why an abundance mindset matters. When you have an abundance mindset, you're able to see possibilities where people don't see possibilities. So you see, opportunity, it expands your opportunity recognition, your ability to, oh, this is possible. You stretch things beyond what it can be. Oh, this one man, he bought from me, but he stays in Cameroon. Oh, okay. Through him, I can reach 10 persons in Cameroon. I can reach the association in Cameroon. Oh, through him, we can do an estate and we could build houses and it could be just for people in Cameroon. And instead of them to, and then they can have, they can call it their Yaoundé estate or Douala estate. Oh, these people, they live in Qatar. Oh, we could do a Qatar estate for them. Oh, we could do 20-story building and it could be Qatar residents and it could just be for diasporans and what in Qatar when they come back to Nigeria and they could buy it block by block. It could be just from one. So that is, so you must learn to, it turns one inspection into 3 referrals, right? It turns no into future follow-up. The guy say, oh, I don't like the place. Oh, it's not land, there's no woman that he needs to like the place, but he doesn't meet his criteria. Oh, okay. Do you want to see another? Or what is your criteria? What criteria are you looking for? Before you start asking, you want to see another. And if it's someone that says, no, I'm just not ready to make a commitment into land banked assets, right? And you say, okay, good. So when do I follow up on you? And then it now becomes controlled future follow-up. Oh, this man is not buying. He has shattered my dreams. He's my enemy. No, he may not be. He may just have finished buying a ship. He may just have finished buying, paying for his child's school fees in an Ivy League school. So it turns one buyer into 5 client introduction. Oh, that one buyer that you treated well. Oh no, it's just one plot this man bought. Huh? It's just the plot of 30 million that this man bought. So why should I stretch myself over 30 million naira? Is that the only thing he could buy? Hmm? Then, but that same man could introduce you if you have an abundant mindset, knowing that from this one door, multiple doors of opportunity can open. And he gives you a lot of introductions and a lot of introductions and therapy. But the guy on the other side that has a scarcity mindset, what does he think? He says, oh, it's one transaction. What is there, safe? And funny enough, he even assumes poverty for his client. Now, one he go buy, if you buy one, he pass one. Does this one look like someone that I've seen 80 million? Or you say, can he even buy one plot in this in Vienna? Can he even buy one plot? Can he? And you just say, can he buy one plot? One plot here is 36.5 million. Can he afford it? He's not, because his mind is full of scarcity. So he's assuming that everybody lives in his world. But remember, we all live on earth, but we live in different worlds. As we are here, there are people that they cannot stream as I'm streaming and you're seeing me. There are people that can't stream. There are people that cannot connect to the internet. There are people that may not have data. There are people that may not even have an Android phone. There are people that may not have phone at all. There are people that are thinking of, oh, which clothes am I going to wear tomorrow, the next time, because all their clothes are dirty. Maybe they just have one. So we all live in one earth, but we live in different worlds. So don't use your scarcity mindset to qualify everybody. Shift to the abundant one. Okay? So don't think small. Be the one that has an abundant mindset. Because you're not just selling a new city in Obasinachi Smart City. You are building a portfolio of investors. I hope somebody understands that. You are not just selling a new smart city, right? You are building a portfolio of investors, meaning if you treat them right, if you're able to work with them, if you at a point when you have a project, they could rally around and you will fund it. Okay. So welcome, Rita from Asaba. Rita, welcome. Did you join late? We have gone half on our section today. And another thing is it encourages long-term thinking. Remember, we said, why is abundant mindset critical for winning, for salesmen, for businessmen, for people that want to be high flyers? We said it removes desperation, it expands opportunity recognition, and it encourages long term thinking. Long term, long term, long term. It is never about today, it is always about the day after tomorrow. Yeah. Today is important. Today is important, right? If you miss today, you won't get into tomorrow. But one of the things is that your actions for today should be able to be proof that your tomorrow will be better than today. So if you have an abundant mindset, you will do things that will keep you tomorrow. The same way, if you want to live in a healthy life, there are things you will do, right? So that you will live a long and healthy life. And in that same way, if you want to have abundant mindset, will help you to think because of I'm going to stay. Oh, someone that thinks in short term, he has opportunity to buy land. He says, no, I cannot buy land in this city because very soon I will travel to my village. And he's correct. You see, he's not buying land in that city because he will travel back home. And maybe that city could be in Cameroon, he could be in Qatar, he could be in places where so he's thinking, oh, because of this place, I don't have permanent residency, I can't stay here, I'm just visiting here, and he may not. So, but he comes to a place that he has long-term plans for. You see, he's thinking about that. So let's remember that one of the things abundant mindset that it helps you think long term. Now, let's go to the cross of the matter. We've learned why abundance mindset is critical for winning, right? We have learned the difference between how an abundant mind thinks, right? How an abundant mind thinks and how the scarcity-led mind thinks. And then we're going to how to build abundant mindset as a salesman. How? How do you build an abundant mindset as a salesman? When on the path to building wealth, when on the path to grow, when on the path to building wealth, the most critical factor is the mind. That is the mind. Because the mind will influence the speech. Remember, the most critical component about a man or a human being is the mind and the power of words, right? Is the mind and speech. That's what makes us gods, right? So now you say, so that is why it is important we build it. Number one, how to build abundance mindset. Celebrate people that are winning. Hello. Yes, it's as simple as that. Celebrate people that are winning. One of the reasons why Africa is not yet a prosperous continent is because of one of the terms that is known crab. I can't remember what it's called, but this is crab mentality or crab like, right? Like crab mentality, where you put crabs in a bucket and one crab will not go out because if any crab wants to leave, the others will drag them back and try to beat them. And so no one lives. So celebrate others. When people are winning, celebrate them. You celebrating them shows that the winning is possible for them, so it's possible for you. Celebrate them. When you hear somebody makes an excellent call, he may not have closed the deal. Be happy for the person. Genuinely be happy for the person. Genuinely. Right? So never depend on one client or one deal. You know why? Because if you have an abundant mindset, you're looking at this deal, and you're going after it, you have others at the pipeline, your mind is on it. Your mind is on it. Your mind is on it. Right? But you're not dependent on it because there are others that you're following up. There are people you're talking with every day. You don't depend on one. All your mind should not be on that one deal. Because if it fails through, you become desperate. When you're not talking, desperation will set in. Remember what we said about why abundant mindset is critical, because you believe there's a lot of fishes in the water. So you build a bigger pipeline. Remember, we started with water, and now we talk about pipeline and sales. They call it the sales funnel, right? I started with my own personal analogy of understanding of abundance, using the ocean and the sound of water being the sound of abundance, and using the ocean piping, and those that come with spoon buckets and little pipe, and those that come with big pipe, right? And it takes time to build, and that's why that pipe is your network. So you say, build a bigger pipeline than your fear, right? I have a friend. There was a guy I met him, and in his phone he had up to 10,000 contacts. And I was like, so when you post on your WhatsApp, 10,000 people sees your status. I was thinking he was joking, but he posted something, and in 2 hours, I think I saw up to 3,000, what do they call it? Status viewers. He's not a comedian, he's just a businessman. Okay? So build a bigger pipeline than your fear. Build a bigger pipeline. More contacts daily. 5 follow-ups daily. Request from referrals from satisfied clients. Become a real consultant via your write-ups in public domain. I will read it again. Become a real consultant through your write-ups in public domain, through your speeches in public domain. Become a real one. Don't keep your best writings in your books, in your jotters, in your journals. Put it out. Put your speeches out. Let people see them. Okay? In that way, because people want to deal with more other credible people. Is that people, when you give out your contact and people go to check you out, they can find a credible person. Build a bigger pipeline than you fear. Than that fear. Build a bigger pipeline. Okay? Then increase your exposure. That is the fourth one. Remember, we said celebrate other winners. Never depend on one client or one deal. Build a bigger pipeline than your fear, and then increase your exposure. That's the fourth one. Right? When we're talking about the Doha trip, with the Qatar trip, right? Oh, sorry, I think Doha, right? Yeah, okay, Doha, Qatar. That's true. When we're talking about the Doha trip, those exposure is important. And it is what you see that you can seize. It is sometimes when you see that it is possible for one, then you know it is possible for you. If you don't see it, it's difficult to imagine it. When you see it, it becomes easier to now recreate from the eyes of your mind. Okay? So attend events, call your past clients, build partnerships, post online, join forums, join association, join exercise. When you say join association, it can just be an exercise. Oh, this place we come here, we do push up in the morning, and we go early in the morning on Saturdays. We go to Asaba. Where do they go? They go behind Sinotap, they take some runs since they have closed Squash Club. It could just be that. Oh, it will just be where you find association. So you could sharpen your mind, right? Where they play chess, things like that. Then also try to get positive and negative feedbacks. Because what are feedbacks? Feedbacks are springboards for success. They are the magic that is formed for you and with you. Those things you have been failing in, someone is seeing them. The ones you are good at, you may not even know. Someone is what? Seeing them. Is that feedback that you need to accelerate. Okay? Don't forget that. Don't forget it. Don't. So get positive and negative feedbacks once in a while. Oh, set up anonymous message. How you can meet your clients. Okay, what are the things that you did not that how did you why I served you through the sales process, right? The sales flow process. How where did I get it wrong that you think I need to improve on? And you will be shocked. And they tell you something and something, and you bring it on. You may not be able to correct it at once. It may be things that are beyond you, but you just know that you will get them. And then you're working on them. And before you know it, you have cleaned that up and you move to the next. Okay? So increase your exposure. Increase your exposure. Don't forget that. And I hope we are getting something. I hope we are getting something. Okay, God sends from Asaba. Welcome, Sandra. Welcome. It is beautiful to have all of us here. Hope we are getting something. If you've been able to learn something, I want you to be able to put down what you've learned. So I'm sure that people are being able to follow. Right. So remember, we've said how to build abundance mindset as a salesman, as a businessman. You must celebrate other winners. Celebrate other winners. Celebrate them. Celebrate them. When they are doing well, celebrate. Be genuinely happy that this guy is doing well. So you can do well. So your mind will know what you want. Focus brings expansion, right? Focus on the successful in your industry. Never depend on one client or one deal. Build a bigger pipeline. Contacts will always lead to contracts if there are servicing in between. And servicing is in form of serving and is in form of helping. Right? Increase your exposure. There would always be diasporans looking for safe assets. Always. Why are you positioning your product? How safe are your products? How are you positioning it? And remember, what you're seeking is seeking you, right? I would have stopped for a commercial break, but I want us to remember what we seek is seeking us. So, what are you seeking in this period? What are you seeking? If you're seeking an abundant mindset, the gateway, the whole way for abundant mindset will come. And this is it. So, if you have written down things, because I told us, get your pen and your paper, make sure you took a lot of notes. Go back, look at these things. You haven't tapped enough. You need to build network. You need to share and you need to grow. And you need to have this unquenchable belief that your network can what? That is your pipeline can do what? Get bigger. Okay? So with these few points of mine, I believe I've been able to show us how we can start the journey towards having a broader mindset. towards understanding that the economies keep getting bigger. And so your personal economy should keep getting bigger. Okay? There would always be wars. There would always be things that shake economic landscape, right? There would always be things that even shake your personal economy. But your goal is your goal. And the agenda must agenda. And one of your agenda this season must be how do I grow an abundant mindset? So, Michael, I would like you to come up and then I would like to take questions in this section. But I would like us to go for a little commercial break. So, so I believe you're hearing me so that you could please.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. I promised you that it's going to be amazing, and that is exactly what happened. See my pen in my hand. I'm still writing because my brain is still trying to decode the amazing things we have learned this evening. Increase your personal economy. The economy will never wait for you. Expose yourself. Meet people and offer value so that they will know that you have something. A lot has gone through my mind today and I'm amazed. Thank you so much, sir. It's amazing. It's just a tip of the iceberg, but I'll tell you more on that later. For now, Doha is still on. On the 5th of June 2026, we'll be moving to Doha. You still have the opportunity to key in. You still have the opportunity to key in. Those amazing places you saw on those videos, you will see it live. It's not by going to. This is clear overseas. It's not across border. So learn to experience that. Key on this opportunity. Go hard and get it because I'm going to get mine. So thank you so much, our able MD, Mr. Benedict Obiajulu, for helping us understand the abundance mindset from an expert perspective. It has been an amazing 45 minutes of learning from you. And again, on Saturday, we'll be having another training with Mr. Benedict Obiajulu on reducing distractions and increasing those closings that we send you to Doha. So you have no excuse as that not to be in the office at 10 a.m. That's supposed to be 10 a.m. there. Supposed to be in the office at 10 a.m. because that's when we'll be resuming again, and Mr. Benedict will be live in the city of Asaba to give us another amazing secrets to closing deals and getting abundance mindset. This is amazing. I'm so happy. I'm so happy that I've been able to learn this evening. I'm so happy for all of you that have been able to learn this evening. It's been amazing, my friends. Okay, thank you very much for coming online today. Thank you very much for learning. Thank you very much for those that have shared it. Please continue to share the link, continue to like, continue to subscribe so that more persons will also get this. He said it, that the goal to creating abundance, one of the keys to creating abundance is sharing in community. And the more we share this, the more we create the community of people with abundance mindset, because that is what we need. So please continue to like and share. Thank you all for coming this evening. I will see you live on Saturday by 10 a.m. in the office. I cannot miss it, and I will not be late. You too, you cannot miss it, and you should not be late. Thank you very much for being online this evening. I love you all, and I will see you on Saturday. God bless you.